Hello everyone, it's EXP StoryGamerZ, and we're going to take a look and explore the newest update, 2.1 for Honkai Star Rail. And obviously the focus in this is going to be with the character Aventurine and of course Acheron, whose banners are out right now as we speak. Acheron is the first and then of course Aventurine the second afterwards. Well, this is going to be fun. I mean, looking at the trailer with Acheron, I mean, those two trailers, woo, especially the one Apply Your Color, that one was fire. That was insane. I'm sure all y'all agree if you saw that trailer, man. That was amazing. So I have another video that I also started recording of another game called Hi-Fi Rush, and now this one I'm actually starting to record now. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and just hit start so you can jump right into the game. Honestly, I've never really done any recordings for Honkai Star. This is my first. I was contemplating on it. Like in the other update recorded, but there was a technical error, technical difficulty that took place, and it, let's just say it didn't give me, it caused a fault in the results that screwed it all up. So this is my attempt at it again with this update. So now let's see. I know we got this message here. So it says so I'm going to go ahead with the Astral Express family. I said Astral. Jeez Louise. I'm barely talking right okay today. XP, this is me. I was a little nervous. This is some good stuff. Got a package delivered to the Express. Boom. You recall Express received one of these things before? No? A package. So mysterious. Yes, the Express's records did mention this has happened before. Oh, that thing? I remember now. XP, this is some good stuff. You better get back and have a good look. Who's the recipient? Receive it. Does it have XP? Does it have my name on it? This is a package sent to the Express from another nameless in the cosmos. I knew you'd be interested, XP. Remember to take a look once you get back to the Express. What if Pom Pom doesn't know? No problem. What if Hunter doesn't know either? Pom Pom thinks you're the one that doesn't have a clue. Package for the nameless. Okay, that's some package. Alright, check it out later. But you know what I'm going to do? Since I now have the opportunity, why don't I get started on seeing my luck? Look at this. 2,180. So it looks like you have also, we have Laucha along the passing shore. And you see the red color look in the right above. Dude, that is nice. Some reason my eye's burning up a bit. I'm gonna see just to see what I have my pool, like my first 10 pools. All right, I'm getting a 4-star. Who is it? Or what is it? Because sometimes it could be a light cone. All right, got Gallagher. Planetary Rendezvous. Oh, I have another I have that light cone already. I know you get like some dupes. Okay, so it looks like I got Gallagher. Nice. All right. So there's Gallagher. So he's abundance. He's got the fire type. Cool. All right. Nice. So I'll definitely take some time to build them up. Let me get, hold on, let me go here real quick. Yeah, I wanted to get her healed, revived because of that one fight I had. I had her in it and she, yeah. She got taken out. Yeah. Let's see. Who do I want? What team do I want on me right now? Let's see here. I know this is one team I use a lot, and I love using this one the most. Eventually, I'll got some teams I'll be changing up because I'm still building Silver Wolf, and then Pila, and so these two I've been building up for a while now, and I still got more of their like stats to go. Like for her, like right now I don't have. Unfortunately, I don't have the tutorial. Like it's a sad story. I missed it. Ugh. I think I started much later, man. It's just crazy. It's alright, it's alright. But I still got some of her, darn it, what is it called? Traces to build. Look at me feeling nervous now. I'm like accidentally forgetting certain things, man. Well, you get like your first little video playthrough. I mean, the other one is like somewhat the first, and is this one. So we need to go here. Because Aventurine showed us Robin's laid out body. AKA somewhat like corpse in a way. Body's laid out right in there, and then it was like... And that was it, but... We need to see, like, what's going on with that.
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this.
Hold on just a sec. Can I check something real quick? Okay, good. Yeah, I was just checking a little something. Alright, let's put it on the auto.
Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin.
Could Rob... How is that possible?
Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC.
Really? Really now?
Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line. Breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission.
Can I tell you what that painting symbolizes?
Could have done it, friend. The only one is her.
Or that image.
The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter. An unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity.
I'm still suspicious of...
Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion.
Your deeper motives, bro.
Robin?
I mean, I'm just being honest.
Misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die?
Well, to me, that's just like one side of the story, though.
It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Everyone's got their own agenda. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC, if you catch my drift. I'm talking ownership of this frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls.
What happened with Yariel 6?
You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with.
Now you're trying to do with Penacony now.
They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. Nobody ever being the wiser. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help.
I do have my bit of I mean, you can probably make heirs, you could probably make claims, you could probably say, yeah, don't worry, I actually into this. I still have my airs about you though, bro.
That's fine. I'm not forcing you.
I'm still precautious. I'm cautious.
Really not asking for much, so why don't you at least hear me out, okay?
I hear you out.
I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall. And to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC will have plenty of means. Now we have our chance.
IPC.
So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of appraisals. You get to find out really what happened and seek justice, and I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
Supporting the IPC's lackey over here, their means. So you very much want to take advantage of the family's trust in us.
Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Look, here's my contact details. If you come to any conclusions, call me. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but
it still seems off, though.
Something still seems off.
He got his conclusions about Acheron, but I don't.
Now?
I'm not buying it like, oh yeah. I mean, there is a mystery about her, but still.
What is she thinking?
Okay, well that was such a semi-eventful conversation. Although one thing I will state clearly is that I mean he jumps to his conclusion about Acheron a bit. I mean, in some ways, some parts, so I kind of know, but in some parts it's like I really don't think Acheron is responsible for that. I really don't. But we'll get to the heart of the truth about all this stuff eventually. But one thing I will say is like it's just more than meets the eye here. I'm trying to put my finger on it, but it's just like things I'm trying to recall. But let's just continue.
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant whose scheme won't just be as simple as it appears to be.
That's why I'm precautious with the
He doesn't
guy.
know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death to try and pull you in line with his way of thinking.
With his way of thinking, obviously.
That's quick thinking and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
Yep. For Firefly's sake, we must get to the bottom of all this.
Is something I agree on. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions...
So, did Death kill Robin?
I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. We've all witnessed it in action before. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape.
Do you think this is connected to Acheron? Because honestly, I don't think so, but let's...
Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery.
That much
I'm
is
afraid
sure.
no one is capable of providing an answer.
Except for the
without a
trailers,
doubt, she's
including
the
some of her
most
past.
special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance from her.
Yeah, but hey, those trailers with her really gave some really deep, dark lore, honestly, and how she got the blade that she calls not, which is translated to mean nothing. So, what she activates her power, everything becomes nothing. It's like it's gone, vanquished, taken away into the void. That's deep. I'm liking the concept of Acheron in this story, or you should say like this version of Riding May, so to speak. Anyway, let's read the next question. Have you noticed anything else unusual?
Two victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span, in and of itself, that's very unusual. Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. Or everything has been planned out and executed by someone. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a smuggler, then a family celebrity, then this murderer's motives are worth thoroughly chewing over. It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. I hope you can clarify the source of this confusion.
Okay, looks like we do have a mystery on our hands, obviously.
Come, this way. It's
I don't
a
even
short
have to
walk.
say that.
Don't get lost.
Hey, little birdies. I still got more of them to find, but at least got a couple so far. Yeah. Me and my detective wits. But it's well like my job for my detective persona to take place. Just running an investigation. That's all it takes. Gathering the clues, coming up with theories, conclusive statements, everything we can.
This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. And it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths. And ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Hold on just a sec.
There's the root of your ear leaving a cool sensation in
There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf.
Well, that will potentially happen.
I also pay great attention to the
sure.
ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from you.
Okay. Is that it?
Then I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. Let's leave things there, shall we?
Ho ho ho.
What fascinating memories.
I remember your dance, Black Swan.
I sincerely look forward to them.
I remember that dance, that cool animation. That was an amazing job what they did there. Just all the symbolism, the predator, the prey, just goes to show the dark depths of the mind of Acheron and what she is capable of. That was amazing animation. I'm sure y'all who saw it, you loved it. I mean, we're amazed by it too. XP still at Hotel in the Dreamscape? She's called my name 3 times. Okay, I get it. Have you run into trouble? We got separated in the memory zone, but XP is with the memo keeper. I feel antsy. Help. March. Stay calm. We need to get off the express and help. Not at the moment. Sure. Just let me know if you need me. Hotel is in the real world. The hero in the real world is very calm. Not much is happening. I finished investigating on my side. Where should I go to meet you? It's great that you're safe. Yeah. Aw. Yeah, I know you want to make sure everything is okay. But the great detective is all fine and dandy, even in the midst of danger. Yeah, did she? I'm sorry about what happened to Firefly. Right. The scene has been cordoned by off by the family. We're wrapping up negotiations with some family delegates. Let's meet somewhere near the Clocky statue later.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
Okay, that's like some quest I have to deal with later. Yeah, them trailers really gave a good, like, really great impressions about Acheron, you know. Private investigator, huh? What are you doing standing right here? I stood at the edge of the railing, lost in thought. She gazed upon the flowing traffic below, poised out of contemplating this ending. Oh boy. Up, indeed, this is nothing more than a meaningless show. Thank you. Sheesh, Louise, be careful. There is no death in dreams. The greatest punishment is to return to the harsh reality. Tragedy never concludes, but rather takes on a different form to begin anew. As a detective, I can't believe I couldn't figure it out. So, you are a detective? Yes, and I'm the worst kind in the entire universe. Lou Archer. Gone through many things in my life, most of which aren't worth mentioning. But some are so infuriating that they leave me shaking in anger in the middle of the night. I've squandered my many chances and made the wrong decisions many times. My life is like a pair of muddy boots that gets heavier with each step I take. Perhaps those things are destined to happen to a detective as incompetent as me. Aww. So it looks
After
like
the
you
bar
need.
closed, I had nowhere to go.
So it looks like you need some fixing. Smaxerless Grave seems to have turned into some sort of desire. Feeling very thirsty all of a sudden. Guess my soul glad addiction is catching up. I need to get a sip or two somewhere. Nothing beats plain water. Water can't compare to the taste of Soul Glad. You gotta have Soul Glad when you're in Penacony. Speaking of Soul Glad, Archer's seeming hesitant. She runs her fingers through her hair while seemingly contemplating what to say next. You're a good person. Ah, well, thanks. You too. Please allow me to explain. You have a special demeanor that reminds me of my old self. Some label it as meddling, but I prefer to call it a sense of responsibility. Although I won't really die by jumping off the bridge in a dream, you're the first one, besides the family, who's willing to lend me a hand in a long time. I might really go bonkers after a few more wakes. Let's just say that. Yeah. By the way, I still think I'm almost normal compared to the other weirdos here. Come with me to Soul Glad Club. Let's have a few bottles of Soul Glad together. So that's a little side mission thing. I'll deal with that later. Okay. Okay, so let's come in here.
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and wait for everyone to arrive.
Yep. Time to think. Some time ago, deep in memory zone.
Perish that blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter?
Their
Of
fight.
those slain by your hand?
Days ago, Everflame Mansion. Wow.
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
We're still alive, as are you. We still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
The Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that Eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire and are born beings.
The narrow path of the hunt, you say.
We spread, burn, and destroy until all the kindling is burned out and we leave only ashes.
Man, Inferno, you underestimate her, bro.
Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon, from the beginning to the end. We are born to die just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created for the destruction.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn my heart. They're still young, and I don't blame them. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring.
I'm glad I get to see this confrontation.
There, and before that,
I've been heard mention, and now I get to see it.
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator.
So he was aware, so he understands.
You cannot hide your true identity. Draw that sword, for we shall indeed remain here, bound to fight a decisive battle to the death, for I choose this. Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that is yet to happen.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence. May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches of your bottomless dream.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but perhaps out of reciprocity.
The Blade of Not.
I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the
Yeah,
path
she's
I
not.
truly follow.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, he underestimated. It's not the. That's not the hunt.
May death be the end of your boundless dream,
And that's it.
guiding you back to the waking world.
You can sound like just that statement is like haunting in a
I
way.
still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Their time hasn't come yet.
Oh,
My time.
Sam just stopped there.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. And you're no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but why?
Who are you under that armor there,
Did
Sam?
Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know,
Yeah,
Elio.
Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one can escape. And until then, I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this.
Who
So it's
exactly
time
is
for
she,
me
huh?
to inquire.
Mm-hmm.
Who exactly are you?
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what I asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron hunters.
Ah, wanted by the IPC.
Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my emotions to capture what I normally wouldn't otherwise. So... I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor and sit down for a talk?
It's not yet time. I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up the existence of death, but they're burying the past and the truth about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Which is grinds more gears in my suspicion every second.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it.
You say that there, Sam.
What's next, then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for her?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way, but as you can see, here I am, confronting you. I failed. Can't ever go against the script.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing? Is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what kind of footnote I get to leave in that
The
future
red eye.
foreseen by destiny.
Literally.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
It's always the red letters with her.
I knew it.
Something about fate. That's what I was hearing people were talking about. Like, maybe perhaps the red letters might point to something
Hang
about
on.
the script. About fate or something.
I don't.
Don't. What?
Don't.
Your first question was, do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality.
Oh, man.
For a little light, and to burn, to keep
You need...
on burning, until I turn to ash.
Sam needs a hug. Seriously.
So, I really envy you.
Think of the countless fights and bad things
Is
he
that
had to
so?
do.
Then you're already living in the waking world.
Or whoever's under that armor. I'll just say whoever. It said it's Sam, but... I heard of the whole Sam theories being possibly Firefly in that armor. I heard of that. I even seen like a picture someone drew. It's like, is that Fire? You take on that as Firefly. I don't know about that. I mean, I did see her like the thing where they followed her memory and she was talking to what sounded like to Sam.
Heard about Miss
But
Firefly.
I don't know
from
about
Black Swan,
that theory
we
being,
never
you know,
expected Miss Robin to.
if that actually is true or not. But we'll just gotta wait, see what's under that armor. I don't think it's. I honestly not gonna like jump to that theory and say that's true yet. I don't think so. I'm thinking of somebody else under there, but we'll just gotta wait and see. I'm just a guy like, yeah, I'll wait and see, you know, what the conclusion will be as we get closer.
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Like oh, like it's a voice changer, and like what if she is under there and she is a voice change? I mean, maybe, but I don't know about that theory. I don't know. I mean, y'all can say in the comments what y'all think about that one thing. I don't know about that. I'm not jumping on the wagon of supporting it just yet at the moment. But damn, I'm sad for Sam when he talked about like, you know, he just doesn't. It's like he just does what he's doing is the script, everything. You just, you know, Sam. Yeah. Anyway.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased. That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out, Penacony's going to turn into a bloodbath.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation. After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
He is really on guard against Acheron.
Indeed. He was particularly concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were highly subtle. Can we believe him?
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
Yeah, the Watchmaker
this time
legacy.
We're playing the role of a
So all
real
this is
detective.
surrounding to
But before we start,
that legacy.
what are we going to say to the family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's, in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future. As for that Aventurine, well, I'd like to hear your thoughts.
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally. We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team up?
Yes.
Very
It's
risky. Yeah,
but we
most
can only
definitely.
wait until both sides have played their cards before making any further judgments.
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. She's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore.
Oh man. Time to. That's cool. You can bully me whenever. No, it's okay. That's fine. Let's just focus on the big picture for now.
You're like a broken record. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
I mean, before I push, I mean, the thing with where we got to see Ifrit and his statements, obviously he underestimated when he said, oh, you know the narrow path to hunt. It's like, you know, she's an emanator, but it's not the hunt. Yeah, and she showed him. And he was willing to die. He says, all the flames in me is like, it's just nothing to just destruction. So he was ready to die. Honestly, I know it seemed like, oh, he got taken out quickly. He's like weakened. Yeah. Well, seeing that scene and hearing his dialogue just got me thinking, like, you know, this guy was willing to, even if he lost his life, he was willing to take it. It's just, well, he asked for it. Interesting guy, huh? And children are now scattered about. Some, they're just went their separate ways. They're gone. We'll probably see them down the road on different planets or something. I don't know what they're doing, but anyway. We'll collaborate. We decided to accept your request for collaboration. Wonderful response came faster than I expected. For now, we'll all be in this together. I was like, look at the green dude in the back. I was like, oh, I thought that was him walking back there. From now on, we'll all be in this together. Yeah, I thought that guy walking back there was him. It's like, what? He's already coming up behind me? Here's a small something for our upcoming partnership. Thanks, boss. I'm not going to say that. That's a lot of money. It's like, that's it? It doesn't seem like much. Give me another one, okay, rich boy. Let me see what you got. Anyway, here's a little extra just for good luck with this new gig. Just as I anticipated, the family's going to sweep Robin's case under the rug for as long as they can. I know. I made it a little greedy just to be funny. Sometimes I like to goof around. Be like, let me make this option, you know. So, her case is only a secret between us. But the other case, I did not want to say boss, though, no. But the other case, that depends on what excuses they have prepared for you guys. I'll take my leave for now, and I look forward to outstanding performance from you guys.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome.
Okay.
Let's tell everyone about it.
Now I'm gonna be kicking his butt, kicking his behind later.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice. But it also can't be anything too out in the open.
Well, let's see. Let's give a couple of guesses. And then it will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? More enough that everyone will notice. So he's going for the Astro Express.
I was also considering this possibility. Especially because he respects you so much and has sought you out before a few times. Perhaps he's also unsure of your intentions and is probing you.
Let's see. We're going for Acheron.
Aventurine has devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger, we know hardly anything about her and can't rush to any conclusions.
Right. But we do know that from that one trailer, the trailers, he could be what is it, self-annihilator of the Emanator of Ix, self-annihilator. I remember that. Even though the English trailer had the right on the red umbrella, self-annihilator in the black lettering. I checked the Japanese trailer didn't have. You could hardly see it, but the one the English trailer had it. But yeah, I remember that was being tossed around. It's like, yeah, so she's a self-annihilator. Perhaps he's going for the family?
He's definitely going for the family. And it's
Still,
just a matter of how. The harmony is
don't
strong
think this,
in Penacony, and almost
this death thing
impossible to take on head-to-head. The fact that the IPC dispatched Aventurine shows that they do not intend to simply play by the book here.
Yeah. So, obviously. So, I don't think Acheron is the reason this death thing. There's something going on here. But her appearance here is really fascinating. It's really something. But,
An attack on the hotel guests?
but she's awesome.
Unlikely. Penacony's guests include quite a few bigwigs known throughout the whole cosmos. People who not even the IPC would dare take lightly. Aventurine is a shrewd merchant, and there's no way he doesn't know that.
So, no conclusions can be drawn just yet.
I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when handling Aventurine. He's skilled at reading people and discerning the right moment to strike. Also, he's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
Yep. So when the gamble is laid to victory, so to speak, he gets what he wants. He'll gamble.
Aventurine said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever. But said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he was stalking you.
It's like, it's strange. It's like, why are you...
groundless accusation, which
why are
only
you
serves to make him seem
making
more
those statements?
Suspicious. Maybe
Why, though?
Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards Acheron and make the situation more volatile. Two birds, one stone. However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
Oh, I can remember. She seems to be almost all the above. Although probably powerful, definitely. Somewhat gentle. Most definitely mysterious. Huh. Ain't that something? There's a power control here. The red letters are back. It's the red letters. It's the mystery of the red letters with Acheron. Ain't this something? Weird. I can't seem to remember.
That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect.
It's like I select those, but it all went to red.
Whatever happens, please don't
That
place
last
all
one.
your trust in Aventurine. We cannot afford to be manipulated by him.
You got it.
I really love coffee.
Yes, you love Quacky or anything. I mean, I know this is also like a bit of a lore type walkthrough. All I'm saying say is that I do like the dreamscape design and everything, and it's like old time TV shows and like 1950s, 1960s type kind of theme here.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like
Says
Miss
something.
Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's still alive and well.
1940s,
Somewhere.
1950s feel.
But everything's just some horrible prank. Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this? Shouldn't only good things happen here?
Good questions.
Whenever I see the Grand Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head.
Another thing I just realized how much Sam wanted to stay from me. It's like Sam, in a way, knows me personally, in a way. That's my suspicion, you know, the whole suspicion with Firefly and this person, Sam. I'm just wondering about that person. Well, we just gotta follow the story, follow the updates, and see where it goes from here. Okay. Do you think the family's behind all this?
No. After all, they've brought everyone this sleepy dreamscape, which everyone loves. I just feel like I'm starting to understand them less and less. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us were all outsiders from another world. Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down. But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himiko, what do you think?
Among our current clues, the two murders that she witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream,
What happens in real life? Yep,
what
that's the
happens
question.
to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those, and we can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem. I'll leave it to you then.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himiko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care then, Mr. Yang.
I will. Keep in touch. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
Somebody's been watching. Hey. Acheron, there you are.
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Well,
Is there something about my name?
first, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Because of his
Keen
powers.
intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane.
So she knows about
So
his
you
power.
must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths. Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
Ho, bro.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request.
So an old final request.
I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've been honest enough.
So why is she here for that legacy?
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around the cosmos.
So you
with
know
a
about the
Stellaron
Stellaron.
aboard. Is she okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
Asking.
She's
okay.
fine. Let's
We're
just
okay, huh?
stick with the topic. Gaining my trust depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together.
Deep.
Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility.
So the secret lies the
Share your
Trailblaze.
findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups.
2 cups of wake the heck up.
Because the conversation coming up will last forever.
Very deep conversation. She knows about his cane, his power. She knows about the Stellaron, us, Trailblaze. Like, she knows stuff.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel.
Yeah, I remember that.
She just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up.
Wake the heck up.
I told her it's a pungent, bitter beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams.
See, I was thinking
Only
that was
for
like some
people
kind of.
allergic to soul
It's
glass.
kind of ironic
And
phrase,
she
though.
said,
It's like wake the heck up.
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
Because you thinking like
the
literally wake it
guest
up, but it's
rooms
like
are
needs a drink.
charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box.
Yeah, the
The
music
invitation received by the Annihilation King. There are latent memories that linger on it yet.
Because she wanted this music box.
You see,
for some
memories of
reason.
you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Radiation 12. Dreamscape 12. Father, I dedicate this to you.
Well done, Dubra.
Ah, Dubra.
Wherever they go, shall be met by annihilation.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny. This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
It's gone more deeper in this memory.
They sought refuge in the land of sleep, merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
Or so they thought.
When have those on the path of destruction feared death?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out.
She saw something.
What
didn't she?
happened?
Oh. Completely blank.
The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way...
It went to nothing, did it? Completely nothing.
It's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Completely eradicated.
Who are you?
Whoa. Wait a minute.
Who are you?
Who's asking?
It's... No. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators?
The Cremators.
My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet
Oh,
you.
Constance.
We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time together.
Constance.
But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet star, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Phone ringing.
A phone. Wanna listen in?
His point of view, understand the present situation. So we're seeing...
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement. Under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department, and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established, and shall take a legislative seat at the Interstellar Congress. The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history, turning the sensational Kataka-Avgin extinction event into a distant memory.
Yeah, it took me time to really reflect and think about
Sigonia
that.
4 is located in an unclaimed zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact from small-scale celestial objects.
Yeah, it took some thought for a moment when I heard Constance, you mentioned Dahlia, and I was looking into it. I was like, oh, yes, that's Constance the Dahlia. That's one of Ifrit's children. Yeah, so she was tapping in and communicating with Black Swan just now. Yeah, we haven't seen the last of his children, the Dahlia, most definitely. So that was her talking to it. That's crazy. So unforgettable memories. So it's probably gonna share like what actually took place. I mean, the one we just saw was with her confrontation with Ifrit. But now about the other children, now it's a question. So we'll get to see, hopefully get to find out what those memories were showing.
This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness. They have developed their own folk beliefs that are independent of the Eon belief system.
All right. So folk beliefs that are independent of the Eon belief system. So this is an IPC broadcast.
Sigonia. Sigonia. Ravenous eye of the storm, spurned by all the gods.
Is this?
Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not.
Is this Aventurine's past? Is that him?
Beat us
as a
with
baby?
the falling stars. You'd lash us with wind and storm. You'd chew us up with the cracks.
Was he Sigonian? I remember something about that with his conversation with Dr. Ratio.
You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath
Avgin.
a sword of bitterness.
Kataka.
Oh, Gaiathra Triclops,
Venge
if
Dios.
thou can hear me, please open up thy three eyes and gaze upon this child. When you took his father, my child was still sleeping in my belly. And where my husband went, I too soon must go. I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his mother's heartbeat and the sound of falling rain? Please tell me whether this life is all just a fleeting dream. Otherwise, why would this child be born to face impending death?
Is there like a war front? That like.
Mommy!
Oh boy.
Mommy, the rain.
Oh, it's rain. That was thunder.
Raining.
Okay. Thunder, lightning, raining.
Raining?
Rainstorm.
Raining.
It is raining. It's true. Those Outworlders weren't lying to us. They really did summon the rain. Mommy, we can leave here. We can go back home.
Back home. Gaiathra Triclops. You came. Do you hear that? Thank you. Thank you.
That's him as a baby. The baby looks cute.
Darling, listen. This is the sound of rain. On the day you were born, the sky also sent down a gift like this from Gayatri.
Raindrops.
Such a lucky child. Such a blessed child.
Huh.
Just like your name. A
Avgin.
gift from them to Avgen.
Avgin. Ah.
My boy.
Avgin, her boy. And his name is Aventurine.
May
Av.
the goddess Gayatri close her eyes 3 times.
His name was Avgin.
Keep your blood eternally pulsing. Let your journey be forever peaceful. And your schemes
Forever concealed. Huh.
Welcome to this sad world, Kakavasha.
Child blessed of Gayatri.
Time to wake up, gambler.
That was him. That was him.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back so
I wonder what
soon.
led him to become a member of the
Anything?
IPC. I wonder.
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories. They're still streaming the rehearsal for her ceremony, using a stand-in, I guess. They must be dreaming.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself, until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare. That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections
Something
with the
on
Oak
to
family
death.
on
Yep.
your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray. Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details, just that it was a stowaway.
2
You
murder
found out
cases?
too, huh?
I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. Oh, she must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These 2 murders are definitely getting hushed up. What should we do? Let me think. It's too rare an opportunity to miss out on, so I gotta be careful.
Incredible, gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a mute as a friend. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony.
Huh.
If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility.
Really?
Something was up with the family.
Huh?
Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could to meet her. But she died. Right before my very
So
eyes.
you're saying her voice has actually become hoarse.
A complete and utter
mute.
loss.
Interesting.
Incidentally, it seems
Interesting
to have resulted
connections.
in your rather undignified arrival on the interrogation stand. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future, you shall, regrettably, find yourself under the vigilant watch of the hounds.
Oh, most definitely.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic,
Most
Doctor.
definitely.
I'm starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback, given how things are?
A probability? Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal. To phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony, you're dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate. That man wants to see you again.
Huh.
Who?
Sunday.
Sunday, obviously.
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Fine. Well, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Well, without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way. The show is about to begin.
Oh, we're getting deep in the rabbit hole here. Getting a lot of stuff going on.
The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of the Honkai star system not long ago, and their synchronized orbital manor wasn't this heavily guarded.
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner. Without his express invitation, the likes of ordinary guests would never grace these grounds in their lifetimes. Look around while you still have this moment of freedom.
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see. When we meet
Don't
the
underestimate
authoritarian
Dr.
master of the
Ratio,
Oak
bro.
family, I'll pry an answer out of him.
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your tongue and let me deal with the members of the family.
As the story unfolds, you will have the chance to progress the story from other characters' point of view. When entering a character's point of view for the first time, that character will automatically be placed first in your team. You can check the Fates Atlas interface to see which character's point of view on ongoing mission or completed mission is in. If you need to change your point of view to continue the story, you can select here to enter Fates Ensemble. Fates Ensemble. For more details, please see tutorials. Interesting. Interesting feat here. I kind of get the sense of his name. Avgin. Take out the other letters, leave the A-V-I-N, and put the G in the middle. Aventurine. Avgin. Get it? I mean, that's just how I'm kind of seeing it. So, I get to literally switch between both of their perspectives. Ain't that something? All right, well, let's see. What do I want to do right now? I've kind of gotten pretty far right now. So, oh, another one of you birdies. Hey, 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 get out of there. Get out of that thing, bro. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Record player. Get it moving. Get it. Get. They're always hiding somewhere. Okay, let's go. So hello there, little, Hendrik.
Hey, you two! That's a place of business. No entry.
I was requested by Mr. Sunday to bring him the suspect. My name is Ratio. He should have mentioned it to you.
Oh, I remember you. Veritas Ratio. Your punch virtual particle clock is impressive.
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared to my full pocket dimensional annihilating power armor of the Mobile Knights.
Right.
The Mobile
And
Knights.
as I mentioned, that fantasy raiment of yours doesn't exist.
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family can see the glory of the Mobile Knights. Ugh, enough. Get going. Don't keep Mr. Sunday waiting.
It seems like the idiocy index here is no better than it is out there.
Just checking a little something real quick. There we go. Okay. Interesting conversation.
Enough. Get going. Hey, don't keep Mr. Sunday waiting.
All right then, you little Pepeshi fella.
A dead end?
The door is shut tight. Looks like we're on our own.
I mean, there isn't a door. How did you get in before?
For security reasons, the family built the administrative site deep in the dreamscape, with the mechanisms hidden in these nightingale statues. The direction of the statues can be controlled. On the previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had gone to the side room to verify something before setting the statues in the correct positions.
Well, maybe we should do the same. Let's go and take a look. Of course, we can also use brute force.
Let's get this.
This is hardly enough for a seat at the table.
So I just want to like get a sense of how he is in fighting and everything. I mean, I like how the way his outfit kind of symbolizes his whole gambling gig. You know, the round spinning wheel in the back, and then you got like the spades, you got the hearts, you got the cards, all that stuff. Let's see. Wanna go this way? Go that way?
Oh, the bigger the risk, the better the reward.
Let's do it.
High stakes, high rewards.
Let's see. What I want to do here.
It's on me.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
Sure, I'll play along.
Converge and awaken. Now, I'm okay.
No dirty trick. Oh.
Nice.
Watch your head.
This battle is unavoidable. I see through. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend.
Now, I would have had like another team if I had like prepared for was playing with him in the team, but it's all right. We all got our shields and everything. It's just defense, so it should be all right.
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
You'll pay for
Oh,
this.
interesting.
Hedge your bets. Watch your head.
Try a quick divination. Time for all things in the human creations. Unavoidable.
Yeah, so I think if I were to switch my team, can I switch? Hold on. Do I want to keep? Oh, here, let me see if I can keep going over there. I might probably switch my team in a moment.
Lend me your strength.
You fool!
Failed to send you.
Watch your head.
Your end approaches. The test. 0 points. Knowledge is the measure of all things. It reveals truth and falsehood.
Yes, yeah.
Time for a shot. You're in bad shape.
Fail. Get out.
Better hedge your bets.
0 points. Next.
It's probably not a good idea to fight this guy right now. Okay, that's not a good idea. So let me, let's make this clear. So let's see who would I want in the team. So that way it's more, better. So you have her in here, right? Then you have, let's see. Like, who would be good with Aventurine in the team? Let's get that over with. There we go. Yeah, I know. I'm like going back and forth. I'm like, going around this fight and everything. Sheesh, Louise. Let's deal with these guys for sure.
That paradise may be unreachable for me. Savor it in my place.
Whew. Speed it up.
No matter.
Hedge your bets.
Hide.
The fight is set.
Converge and awaken.
Are you all right?
Sure, I'll play along. Spend freely.
A blade knows no mercy. Too little. I will dispatch you. That paradise may savor it for me.
We came together.
No dirty tricks, all right. The dice have been bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
You got them all out. Okay. I wonder if the blessing, the rain thing could be something as just the beginning of his whole thing about taking bets. I wonder. Taking risks, taking bets. I wonder if that's the start of all with some way
I want to protect
is engaging in the way he does things.
High stakes, high rewards.
Just a thought.
It's on me.
Your end approaches.
We came together. Together as one.
I'm not afraid of you.
Eliminating threat.
Gotcha.
Mission command.
Watch your head.
All things human creations.
Mission command.
A blade here.
Gotcha. You ruin your crane stance, bro.
Not a scratch. Okay.
Hedge your bets. The dice have bust. Or maybe I'll take it off.
The fight.
I know he says, he's like, oh, like, but I hear him say that it's like,
It's time.
like he's about 4 miles in, like, like something like.
Sure, I'll play.
Six nightingales facing in different directions. An obvious hint.
But are these nightingales?
They are. What's wrong?
How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like torment eagles to me.
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales. Why am I wasting time with you on this?
Oh, really funny duel here. So yeah, return it into the original position. Right, that faces this way. Oh, no, that faces the other way. That faces down like this. That faces right. That faces left. This faces downward. And then that one faces right, the other 2 faces straight forward. That should do it. Yep.
Just as I thought. Here's the correct answer.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I should offer you the chance to join the Genius Society.
Really? Well, I thought you'd given up on that already.
I was being
He was being sarcastic.
Can't you tell?
Of course. You ain't serious. It's like, this is a puzzle that I could solve, man. This is nothing.
Oh, Impressive. So much for Mr. Sunday's reserved, virtuous image.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion looks, it'll not affect Penacony. Stop wasting your time nitpicking the family here.
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death. Sunday must have thought the same. Let's head down.
So, this is where I will end. It appears to me we are definitely in a peculiar spot here. Gonna take us a while to get to the family's council chamber and come face to face with Mr. Sunday himself. Well, and the crane standing mirror dude over there, way over there. It almost like one thing I will comment though. It's almost, I don't know. That almost reminds me like a shattered glass design, like a church or something, or monastery. But the way these places are set up, man. So I gotta love this level designs and everything. I mean, I'll talk more about lore and stuff in the next playthrough as well. But I've just been mostly playing, and it's like just seeing the things that are happening. It's like it's just getting more deeper and deeper by the minute. And Constance contacting Black Swan, and you see the phone, and she said unforgettable memories. So I'm really curious what actually did take place. At least we got a glimpse of Acheron confronting Ifrit himself, and he pretty much, his death would be like that of a martyr. But I wonder where the children are. Okay. They might still be carrying out some plans, maybe? Well, anyway, this is EXP StoryGamerZ, signing off on the case for today. We'll continue on the next playthrough of Honkai Star Rail's 2.1 storyline. Alright, folks. Take care. And peace out. Hit that like button. Subscribe for more RPG, action-adventure type gaming with a little bit of fun, gameplay, humor, and some lore explorations while playing. Alright, folks. Peace.